Hi, I'm Judy Bartkowiak, NLP Kids. The reason for my video today is because I noticed that the one that talks about the engaging NLP series of workbooks and about my training is incredibly old. I have actually managed to lose a bit of weight since that one, I'm pleased to say, so I thought I'd update it. To tell you a little bit more about the course. The course hasn't actually changed that much. It seems to be working very well as it is. I think what most of my students really like about it is that we, like this, have our webcams on. So it's really amazing. I can see the other students and they can see each other. Some, of course, are in different time zones. And so you'll get sort of the background being dark in one student's webcam and bright sunshine and they're in shorts or something in the other profile, and it's really lovely being able to compare the way that we use NLP techniques with kids in different cultures, in different parts of the world, the different issues that we have, and sort of our different thoughts and experiences of what we've done over the years and what we're experimenting perhaps with. I say experimenting, what I mean is, you know, when you're working with a child, perhaps doing a timeline or whatever, you know, it may feel right to sort of tweak it a bit, to do something, to maybe introduce some working with metaphors or some modalities while you're on the timeline, to learn to disassociate, hover above it, move into some anchoring, and all the sort of flexibility that we have with NLP that makes it such an amazing skill to have when working with children. So let me tell you what happens. If you're interested in doing the NLP course, you need to be an existing NLP practitioner. And I will expect to see your certificate just to check that, and maybe we'll talk through how you've learnt and where you feel you are with your learning, whether you feel that you'd like a bit of a refresher, or whether you feel ready to sort of move straight into the course. Actually, with the first payment, I do send out some books, including the NLP workbook that I've written, Be a Happier Parent with NLP, and some of the engaging NLP books, NLP for children, NLP for tweens, and NLP for teens. So you do have a chance to have a sort of refresher before the course starts. So what we do then is we meet on Skype, usually on a Thursday, for an hour every week. At the end of that hour, you then have some homework to do, which is usually practical homework. You go off and you do that, and you write that up and send that to me by email. I then reply by email, making any suggestions regarding how you might want to improve it a little. And then once we're both happy with it, it goes into these private Facebook student group where your fellow students can look at it and give their feedback. So you get feedback from me and from the other students. And then we talk about the homework generally at the beginning of the next session. Then that content is delivered and we discuss it, which is great. So it's not probably like most of your sort of distance learning courses. It's very much sort of we're all in it together, and then we connect as well on the private Facebook group. And even after the course has ended, students still communicate on there and talk about things that they're working on at the moment, and still sharing things that they're doing. I would say that most of my students, if not all of my students, do work with children. Either they're already working with children and want to get some additional ideas and share ideas, or they're really experienced in working with adults, but they really would like to work with children. Most, I would say, do actually have children themselves, and of course that's extremely helpful for doing your homework, although of course you can go into local schools and do your homework with kids in school, and that's quite a good way to make contact with a school and with people locally. I am available to help you. I help my students on a regular basis. They know I'm pretty much always on Skype, so they can just send me a little message and say, can we just talk about this or that or the other? And that's great. Some of my students go on to write books, and they run very successful practices. And of course, I'm there for support all the time. If you're interested in buying my books, either as a parent or a teacher, you can get those in various places, obviously, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, the usual places. You can get them as ebooks. If you get them from me, you have the additional benefit of I sign them for you. The downside of that is that I probably can't discount them quite as much as online, because obviously I'm not dealing in huge quantities as perhaps people like Amazon and so on are. I do consultations face-to-face here in Burnham, in my home, where we combine the consultations with things like drumming, art and craft, different activities. Sometimes we walk around the garden talking. You know, I want children to feel at ease so that they can talk to me in whatever way they want and don't feel it's any sort of confrontational experience. Also Skype. A lot of kids really prefer to be in their bedrooms, on Skype, on their laptop or their tablet, talking to me somewhere sort of at home where they feel safe, and they can talk to me in a sort of very easy sort of way. It's very much their milieu, isn't it, sort of to be online. And of course it makes it a lot easier for parents rather than having to run them here or there. And of course lots of my clients aren't local. I do run workshops in school holidays and on Saturdays. I see clients on Saturdays, of course, when they're less tired rather than after school. And there's lots of other ways that I can connect with you and help your child or train you as an NLP Kids student. Okay, I hope you found that helpful, and do get in touch if you have any questions. I'm on Skype, judy.bartkowiak, totally unpronounceable and unspellable name. Or you can find me on my website, which is www.nlpfamily.com. Okay, look forward to hearing from you or seeing you. Bye.